good with y'all, man? Welcome back to another video. In this video, me going over how to make dark synthy samples. And to make this entire sample, I use the analog expansion bundle by VM. And yeah, without further ado, is hop right into the sample breakdown. So first thing we started with is the analog lab bank right here. And I just had this loaded up in pigments instead. And it's actually a multi-key preset. If you guys aren't familiar with what multi-keys does, pretty much what it does is every note I play, it's going to make a different sound. For example, if I play this note here, it's playing the A sound. If I play the same note again, now it's playing the B sound. I play the same note again. Now it's playing the C sound. It's playing different notes every single time. So multi-keys is a super essential thing to make samples, and it's a brand new kind of thing in analog labs. I believe Keon made multi-keys, and so shout out to him for making that shit. And VM just kind of ran with that idea and made some crazy presets. So we added in the synth Moog preset, and it's playing some chords that sound like this. As you can see, lots of like textures and a lot of different sounds going on at once, but in one preset. So the chord progression is really simple. Taking this F sharp major, pitching up by one semitone for the second chord, and then just taking up that F to a F sharp. And I'm just repeating that to this chord right here, to this second part. And pretty much for the last chord here, I just went down by 5 with the bass notes, as you can see. And then I just kind of stacked some notes on top that I thought sounded good. I thought it just resolved really nicely with the chord progression. And what I did was render that out. And for my mixer check, I opened up this EQ to cut out a lot of the lows and a little bit of the high end. And then I threw on this halftime with a 58% mix. So you kind of introduce some of those low end elements back in there. So now this is what it sounds like with all those effects on. Just to show you guys the difference, if I take the effects off now, pretty much no low end now. And definitely use this halftime trick to introduce some of those low ends back in there, and it kind of makes it unique, not like just pitching down the sample by 12. So it sounds really good. Next up, we're grabbing multi-keys again, and we're adding in this bell here and just playing these chords again, except I'm strumming these notes and offsetting them a little bit. Sounds like this. And all I'm adding is this EQ right here. For the next time we're adding multi-keys again, it's just pad flavor. It's just playing these notes right here. That sound just kind of added some nice textures. Then we're going into the analog dream section, and I'm going into one shots, and we're adding in a bass sound. This is the analog house bass. It sounds like this. These are just following the bass notes here. And then I'm just adding in the slide note, kind of just make it a little bit more ear catching. Then we're grabbing a second bass. This is the 808 vibes, and it sounds like this. And as you can see, that bass is playing where this bass is cutting off. There's no effects on those at all. And yeah, this is what all the one shots and MIDI, just to get an idea, this is what all the MIDI sounds like now. And to add some more texture in there, I went into the pedal layers folder. This is probably one of my favorite folders in the whole thing, the pedal layers. And I'm dragging these 3 layers here. And these pedal layers sound amazing. And like I said, the whole sample is pretty much made with this kit. And there's actually 2 kind of like main folders in here. We got analog dreams, analog nightmares. The analog dream folders is a lot of layers and textures, one shots. Some of my favorite sounds in here are the ethnic phrases. And especially these one shots here are just honestly super good sounding, just like synth one shots. Like those synths sound incredible. And then the analog nightmares folder is a lot of textures, drop sounds, pedal phrases, and actual full melody samples. And if you guys like my sample making, you're gonna love this folder because I actually have a couple samples in here for myself. Like I said before, we got this analog lab bank that has a ton of multi-keys, and honestly, if you want to get ahead of the music game right now, multi-keys is pretty much taken over, and you're going to need some of these sounds when you're cooking up now, pretty much. So I would definitely check these out. They're insane. So if you're feeling inspired with some of these sounds in this kit, and you also like the sounds in this sample so far, definitely go check out this kit. I'm gonna have a link down below. And if you're interested in purchasing this kit, use my code EV30 at checkout. And using that code, you're gonna save 30% on that kit, and I'm also gonna get a cut for that. So if you're interested, go check that out, and let's hop right back into the breakdown. So yeah, now for the second section, it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff, except I'm taking out these main chords here. I'm adding these two textures here from VM. Sounds like this. And before this drop here, I just added a master volume automation. I'm just cutting out the sound completely right here. And yeah, like I said, it drops into this section here, and this is what this section actually sounds like. So yeah, for the breakdown for this, it's really simple. I'm just adding these chords back in, this little texture layer. I'm adding in this new bass called Bass Grandmother from VM. And it's just following the root notes here with a little bit of a slide. Just really thick sounding bass. Then I'm adding in this lead little like texture layer. And the main layer for this part is just this ARP layer. It sounds like this. And then in context with everything, it just sounds amazing. This is definitely my favorite section in the whole thing. Just this ARP layer kind of carries the whole thing. It's just amazing. And then for this last section, it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff from the second section. I'm just adding in this little drum bounce here. Then I'm just adding in this little like drum bounce here. And these drums are actually coming from an unreleased drum kit that I'm actually working on right now, so you can't really get these sounds anywhere. You just gotta stay patient. It's not gonna be out for a while, but a little teaser right here. And yeah, it's pretty much it for the sample. In terms of the master, got this one EQ here, another EQ just cutting out some of these really low frequencies. I'm adding this distortion tube on the tape setting, and you can copy these settings here. A Saturn just to drive this up a little bit. You copy these settings. Then a sound shifter to pitch it down by 4. Just thought it sounded better. And then just a soft clipper just to, you know, soft clip it. And yeah, after all that, that's what the final sample sounds like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys can take something away from this. And yeah, I think the sample turned out pretty fire. Just a really cool, nice sounding synth sample with a lot of different sections as well. Just little switch ups here and there. And making that sample would not be possible without using the kit from VM. And yeah, like I said, if you're interested in purchasing, use my code EV30 at checkout. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one.